This is Robert with Web Active Directory, and this is a look at some of the other options you have for provisioning user accounts in systems other than Active Directory when provisioning a user using Web Active Directory's PeopleNexus. Here we are in the provisioning rules. We're in a particular provisioning rule here, and if you're familiar with the provisioning rules in this software, you know you can set up rules by data like the user's location, their title, and other attributes. In setting up a provisioning rule, you can control various things that happen when a user is created, or various properties that they have. For example, their manager here or their home drive, where that's located. The software can create that directory out there and then map it to a particular drive for the user. One other thing that you control in the provisioning process is whether accounts are, in addition being created in Active Directory, are also created in Microsoft Exchange, in Google Apps or Gmail, and Office 365. You could actually have a user created in all three of those systems simultaneously. With Exchange, you can control what Exchange mailbox they get set. With Google Apps, you can control which Google group they get added to. Provisioning rules are powerful in that they inherit these characteristics and what they do for a user when they're created from more general rules. So if you want to do the same thing for your entire organization, that's great. Just configure a single rule and apply it to everybody. But if you want to do something different for different kinds of users, you can do that. For example, a K-12 school might have their faculty provisioned to create Microsoft Exchange email accounts where their students are created in Google Apps. You can absolutely do that with this software. So again, users in this scenario provisioned who are involved with Barnes Middle School are going to get added into Google. We can kick off a PeopleNexus bulk provisioning action in an ad hoc way from the browser here. Now normally this might be done hands-free in a scheduled process where it's done something like every hour or something like that. But here I'm going to point it at an input file that I have, apply an output mapping to this, and just say, hey, do bulk provisioning. And one of the pieces of data in my input file will indeed have a user being provisioned into Barnes Middle School. And you can see once the bulk provisioning process is completed, we can go back and see what was done. And we can see here for this user, Keith Jackson, they were created in a particular OU associated with their graduation year, and indeed they were also given an account in Google Apps. So if we go to our Google Apps dashboard and refresh the browser on the users area, we can see that Keith Jackson is in here and they were just provisioned. That's it. This is Robert, and this is some of the options that you have with PeopleNexus as to other accounts that get created for users when they're provisioned into Active Directory.